Let's take a journey back to the time when monsters really did fly. Starting with number 5. Istiodactylus, the razor-toothed glider. At first glance, Istiodactylus might not seem like the biggest of the bunch. Its wingspan topped out at about 5 meters, or roughly 16 feet. But don't let the size fool you. This early Cretaceous flyer was a marvel of aerodynamic design. Its wings were long, thin, and perfectly shaped for gliding on ocean breezes, almost like a living paraglider. Picture it soaring along the coastlines, barely flapping its wings as it scanned the surface below. But what really sets Istiodactylus apart? Its teeth. This creature's mouth was lined with sharp, blade-like teeth arranged in a crescent shape. Istiodactylus was built for slicing. Paleontologists believe it was a scavenger, likely feeding on carcasses washed up on beaches or floating in the water. In a way, it acted like nature's cleanup crew, helping to keep the environment healthy by devouring decaying remains that could otherwise spread disease. Its bones, like many pterosaurs, were hollow and lightweight, designed for long flights without burning much energy. It lived in what is now Europe. On land, it moved awkwardly with strong hind legs and likely spent time walking along the shores. But the real magic happened when it took to the sky. This sharp-toothed glider wasn't just about flight. It was a perfectly tuned piece of nature's engineering, made for a very specific and important role in its ecosystem. Number 4. Ornithocyus, the skyfisher with a 23-foot wingspan. Imagine standing on the beach and seeing a shadow pass overhead. Look up, and it's not a cloud. It's a pterosaur with a wingspan of 7 meters, or about 23 feet. Meet Ornithocyus, whose name means bird hand, a Cretaceous giant perfectly suited for long-distance flight. Living around 110 million years ago, this aerial expert had wings so sleek and efficient that it could ride air currents for hours, maybe even days, without needing to land. Its body was built for endurance. Those slender, powerful wings made it an elite glider, and its long, narrow beak, with tiny, sharp teeth, was designed for snagging slippery prey straight from the water. Ornithocyus likely skimmed just above the surface of oceans and estuaries, snatching fish in motion without ever slowing down. Back in the Cretaceous, when the continents were still shifting and much of the planet was covered by shallow seas, creatures like Ornithocyus had the perfect environment to thrive. With food below and warm air rising from the ocean surface, the sky was practically their home turf. Number 3. Pteranodon, the icon of prehistoric flight. Now here's a name that's probably familiar. Pteranodon. It's one of the most iconic pterosaurs ever discovered, and for good reason. With a wingspan stretching up to 9 meters, almost 30 feet, it wasn't just massive, it was graceful, sleek, and efficient. The name Pteranodon literally means toothless wing, a nod to its long, pointed beak that lacked any teeth. Still, that didn't make it any less effective as a hunter. Instead of biting or chewing, Pteranodon likely used its sharp beak to snatch fish out of the water as it glided just above the waves, much like modern pelicans or skimmers. Its home? North America. Pteranodon's body was surprisingly small compared to its wings. This design made it incredibly light and optimized for gliding. On land, it likely moved on all fours using its wings as supports. Not a fast walker by any means, but good enough to move between resting spots or nesting sites. How did this crest-topped glider become one of the most famous flying reptiles? Its wide distribution, well-preserved fossils, and dramatic features have made it a staple in museums and textbooks. But beyond the fame, it represents one of evolution's most elegant answers to the challenge of powered flight. Number 2. Hatigopterix, the heavyweight hunter of the skies. Most pterosaurs were all about lightness and long-distance travel. But Hatigopterix? This one broke the mold. With a wingspan of nearly 11 meters, or 36 feet, it was not only one of the largest pterosaurs ever discovered, but also one of the most heavily built. It lived around 70 million years ago, and belonged to a group called the Azhdarchids, known for pushing the limits of flight size. But unlike its more slender cousins, Hatigopterix was stocky, muscular, and surprisingly thick-necked. Its neck was short and incredibly strong, which likely allowed it to do something most pterosaurs couldn't: hunt big prey on land. That's right. Hatigopterix wasn't just a flyer, it was also a land predator. Its fossils were found in what's now Romania, specifically on an island called Hatig Island. It probably moved using a four-limbed gait, with wings doubling as forelimbs, a typical stance for giant pterosaurs. Even though launching into the air was likely a challenge due to its sheer bulk, Hatigopterix may have used a method called quadrupedal launch, basically vaulting into the sky using both its legs and wings. Once airborne, its enormous wings and hollow bones made long-distance gliding possible. Isn't it fascinating how one species could be both a skilled flyer and a powerful land hunter? Number 1. Ketzelkoatlas, the absolute sky king. Topping the list is the undisputed ruler of the skies, Ketzelkoatlas. Named after the Mesoamerican feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl, this titan reigned just before the dinosaurs met their end, around 68 million years ago. Its wingspan? Over 12 meters, 39 feet. That's as wide as a small airplane. When standing, it could reach the height of a modern giraffe. Imagine an animal that big, not just walking across the plains, but actually launching into the air. Scientists were once skeptical that something so massive could fly, but the fossil evidence tells a different story. Like other pterosaurs, Ketzelkoatlas had hollow bones that were both light and strong. Its wings were made of tough skin and muscle, and it likely used a powerful quadrupedal launch technique to get airborne. Once in the sky, it soared with minimal effort. For a long time, many believed it lived near water, fishing like a stork or pelican. But recent research suggests something very different. Fossils found far from any ancient shoreline hint that it hunted on land, in dry environments. Instead of fish, its diet may have included small dinosaurs, reptiles, and mammals. It used its long, sharp, toothless beak to capture and swallow prey whole, efficient and deadly. Its neck was long but surprisingly strong, able to support the massive beak as it hunted. On land, Ketzelkoatlas wasn't particularly fast, but it didn't need to be. Its towering size made it nearly untouchable by predators, and its ability to cover huge distances meant it could go where others couldn't. Discovered in Texas during the 1970s, Ketzelkoatlas changed everything scientists thought they knew about giant flying animals. It proved that with the right adaptations, even a creature the size of a giraffe could rule the skies. So what made these flying giants so successful? It was a mix of lightweight bone structure, powerful wing muscles, specialized beaks, and the ability to adapt to unique environments. And though they vanished millions of years ago, their story continues to awe and inspire. They weren't just relics of the past. They were nature's original pilots, sky kings long before humans even dreamed of flying. So next time a bird glides overhead, just imagine what it would have been like to see a flying creature the size of a bus pass above. These giants may be long gone, but their legacy still soars through history. If you found these sky titans as fascinating as ever, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more prehistoric deep dives, and ring that bell so you never miss an epic journey into Earth's ancient past. See you in the next one.